Hey guys, Chris here, and welcome to the 10 to 80% charging time and charging speed test, where we put the manufacturer's claimed charging speed to the test. But more importantly, we are measuring the time it takes to go from 10 to 80%, as well as the average speed you get from 10 to 80% stated charge, which in my opinion is much more important than the peak speed you get. But actually, the peak speed is also very interesting in this car in particular, because when I tested this car back in January, I did get close to the manufacturer's claim charging speed, which is 150 kilowatts. I think I peaked at like 135 or 136. And at the time, I couldn't find any tests out there on the internet in this or its sister car or its cousin, the Polestar 2, which are basically the same car underneath. But since then, in February actually, there was a software update to this car which should, well, improve range, efficiency, and charging. And that is what we're putting to the test today. So I'm pretty confident, based on the charging sessions I've had with this car and also the extensive testing I've done with the Polestar 2, that we will be able to hit that 150 kilowatt maximum charging speed. So we've been on the road for the whole day. Actually, I've been on the road for over 4 hours shooting another video, and I connected the charger, well, behind me here at 0% stated charge. So we're not going to do any yo-yo driving, no artificial heating in today's video, because, well, there's no need. We've been on the road for 4.5 hours. And as I said, we connected to the charger at 0% stated charge, but after we've reached 80% stated charge, we're going to look at the data, we're going to look at the actual video, and then we're also going to look at the charging curve that I'm generating. And you may be asking, why are you only testing 10 to 80% stated charge? Well, that is one of the standardized tests I do on this channel, because in my opinion, that is the real world, usage of a battery people use on a long trip with an EV, because you come to a charger with around 10% stated charge. You may have a little bit less, you may have a little bit more, and then you often don't charge to more than 80% stated charge, because most cars charge very slow above 80% stated charge, and some cars even charge slow above 70, 60, and 50% stated charge. And that's why we're also generating a curve at the end of the video, so you guys can see, depending on what vehicle, where to stop charging to be on your way quickly. Because some cars may have the speed from 50 to 80% stated charge. Like this car, above 80% stated charge, it charges super slow. So in my opinion, that is why we're only doing 10 to 80% stated charge. That may change in the future as EVs get quicker and quicker charging and flatter charging curves, but that's how we're doing it now. And so we're just going to charge to 80% stated charge here, and then we're, as I said, going to look at the data, going to look at the video, and also the charging curve. Okay guys, so the results are in. I've crunched the numbers, and I've also taken notes from the actual charging session. So I'm going to walk you guys through the charging session. I'm going to overlay the video here. So as I said, we connected the charger at 0% stated charge, and then at 10% stated charge, we are up to 150 kilowatts, and then the speed keeps climbing till 152 kilowatts at 16% stated charge. At 17% stated charge, we start to throttle, and then at 19% stated charge, we are down to 123 kilowatts. But then the speed keeps increasing up to 136 kilowatts at 30% stated charge, and then we throttle again. We're down to 117 kilowatts, and then the speed just fluctuates up until 40% stated charge. We are at 99 kilowatts, and then again up till 50% stated charge, the speed just fluctuates up and down, and we are at 105 kilowatts at 50% stated charge. And then we start to throttle again at 52% stated charge, we are down to 82 kilowatts, and then at 59% stated charge, we again throttle down to 66 kilowatts. Then to 70% stated charge, the speed increases up till 69 kilowatts, and then it actually holds it quite stable all the way up to 76 kilowatts, and then at 77 kilowatts, we throttle down to 60% stated charge, and then we keep that speed until we are up till 80% stated charge at 51 kilowatts. So as in the Polestar 2 and in this car previously, we have quite a interesting charging curve where it just, where it peaks, throttles, peaks, throttles, and just fluctuates all over the place. This car with the Polestar 2 has one of the weirdest and most unique charging curves out there. But yeah, so it is interesting. So this car completed 10 to 80% stated charge in 37 minutes and 30 seconds, which isn't as good as the Polestar 2, but is much better than when I did this test, well, back in January with this car. So we're going to see what the speed is. So we're going to convert that time to metric. So 37 minutes and 30 seconds is 37.5 or 37.5 minutes. And then we convert that to hours. That is 0.625 hours. So in that 10 to 80%, we were delivered 59.703 kilowatt hours. So if we take that and then we divide it by the time, we get an average charging speed of 95.5 kilowatts, which again is a huge improvement over when I did this test with the XC40 back in January. That is very, very interesting. And yeah, the speed, though better, could be better, because if we compare this to the ID4, which has also an average charging speed of around 95 kilowatts, that has a peak speed of 125 kilowatts. So yeah, that's just my camera powering off. Forgot to turn it off. So this car supposedly, or not supposedly, it actually has a higher peak speed, but that really doesn't matter because it's the average speed that matters. And what is interesting, as I said, is the ID4 has the same average speed as this, though this has a higher peak speed. So yeah, very, very interesting indeed. But I mean, I hope they can up the speed, because I heard rumors that the ID4 platform, meaning that car, the Skoda Enyaq, and also the new Audi Q4 e-tron, will have a speed increase to 170 kilowatts, meaning that, yeah, the average speed will climb, and also the charging time from 10 to 80% will be lower. So 37.5 minutes, it's okay, but I'm, trying to advocate to get these EVs down to around 30 minutes, because research has shown that once we get the 10 to 80% time down to 30 minutes, a lot more people will jump into EVs. And yeah, so all the improvements are welcome, and there is room for improvement. But the good news is that the improvements have been done. This is much improved from in January. So guys, let me know what you think down below in the comment section. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop me a thumbs up down below. And for more car content, as always guys, please subscribe. See you guys later, and goodbye.
Cloudless skies in the midday.